إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، إله الأولين والآخرين، قيوم السماوات السبع والأرضين. وأشهد أن نبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. أجارني الله وإياكم من النار. عباد الله، اعلموا أن الله سبحانه وتعالى يسأل الوالد عن ولده يوم القيامة قبل أن يسأل الولد عن والده، فإنه كما أن للأب على ابنه حقا فللابن على أبيه حق. فكما قال الله سبحانه وتعالى: ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه حسنا، قال أيضا: يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. فوصية الله للآباء بأولادهم سابقة على وصية الأولاد بآبائهم، فمن أهمل تعليم ولده ما ينفعه وتركه سدا فقد أساء غاية الإساءة. وأكثر الأولاد إنما جاء فسادهم من قبل الآباء وإهمالهم لهم وترك تعليمهم فرائض الدين وسننه، فأضاعوهم صغارا فلم ينفعوا آباءهم كبارا. كما عاتب بعضهم ولده على العقوق فقال: يا أبت إنك عققتني صغيرا فعققتك كبيرا، وأضعتني وليدا فأضعتك شيخا. عباد الله، الأولاد أمانة سيسأل عنها الوالدان يوم القيامة. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: والرجل راع على أهل بيته وهو مسؤول عنهم، والمرأة راعية على بيت بعلها وولدها وهي مسؤولة عنهم. متفق عليه. وقال ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما: أدب ابنك فإنك مسؤول عنه، ماذا أدبته وماذا علمته. أخرجه البيهقي في شعب الإيمان. الوالدان أشد الناس تأثيرا فيما يكون عليه الأولاد في المستقبل. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: ما من مولود إلا يولد على الفطرة، فأبواه يهودانه وينصرانه ويشركانه. أخرجه مسلم. حقوق الأولاد على الآباء عباد الله قسمان. أما الأول وهو قبل وجود الولد. منهم الأول حسن اختيار الشريك الصالح عند الزواج. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: تنكح المرأة لأربع: لمالها ولحسبها وجمالها ولدينها، فاظفر بذات الدين تربت يداك. متفق عليه. ومنهم الدعاء بالذرية الصالحة، مثل قال تعالى لما حكى زكريا يقول: هنالك دعا زكريا ربه قال: رب هب لي من لدنك ذرية طيبة إنك سميع الدعاء. فمن حقوق الأولاد على الوالد التسمية عند الجماع. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: لو أن أحدكم إذا أتى أهله قال: بسم الله اللهم جنبني الشيطان وجنب الشيطان ما رزقتني، فإن كان بينهما ولد لم يضره الشيطان ولم يسلطها عليه. فالثاني حقوق الولد بعد ولادته، دعاء الله بصلاح الولد. قال سبحانه وتعالى: وأصلح لي في ذريتي إني تبت إليك وإني من المسلمين. والعقيقة وتسمية الولد باسم حسن، رحمته والرفق به في التعامل. عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه قال: ما رأيت أحدا كان أرحم بالعيال من رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت: قدم ناس من الأعراب على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقالوا: أتقبلون صبيانكم؟ فقالوا: نعم. فقالوا: لكننا والله ما نقبل. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: وأملك إن كان الله نزع منكم الرحمة. أن الحفظ على كرامته وتجنب سبه وتعنيفه وضربه، ومراعاة حقه في اللعن بما يفيده ولا يؤذيه. All praises and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Him, we praise Him, and we bear witness that there is no God, no true God, worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, the owner of the heavens and earth. And I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last messenger sent to mankind and jinkind. We pray, asking Allah to send blessings and salvation upon him, his family, and the companions, and also those who will follow him till the day of Qiyamah. May Allah make us among them. Inshallah, brothers, you can make room for the brothers who are coming behind, inshallah. If you see a room, you can, it's not that tight, you can have your brother from the behind to join you, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. And we bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he is the last messenger sent to mankind and jinkind. And we pray, asking Allah to send blessings and salutation upon him, his family, and those who will follow him, the companions, and those who will follow him till the day of Qiyamah. May Allah make us among them. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah for all the blessings. And I'm always saying, one of the greatest blessings we can have is to find yourself worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a blessing from Allah. It's not because you found your father was a man or your father was a Muslim, or no, it is a blessing. Some prophets even lost their children and their prophet, but they lost them. They did not follow the way of their father. So if you find yourself as Muslim, it is a way Allah gives to you to try your best so that you don't, leave this world unless you are in total submission to Him. As we always, say in the Imams are spending every khutbah, Jum'ah, they always recommending us, advising us through the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or you who have believed, ittaqullaha haqqa tuqatih, fear Allah the way He deserves to be feared. And وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Do not allow yourself to leave this dunya unless you are in total submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. is today we think we are Muslims, but the day of Qiyamah, وَإِذَا النُّفُوسُ زُوِّجَتْ. In one tafsir of وَإِذَا النُّفُوسُ زُوِّجَتْ, it is the day of Qiyamah you will see every soul will be attached to something else. Some people claim they are Muslim, by the day of Qiyamah they will find themselves with other people. They will find themselves with Fir'aun and Qarun. May Allah protect us from that. The reason why Allah is always, recommending us to have taqwa and to have to fear Him. Otherwise, why Allah has to call them the believers? And He will tell them, oh, believe, you who believe, do not die unless you are Muslim. And we are already Muslims. Normally, you shouldn't say that. Because in the day of Qiyamah, it will be Yawm al-Taghabun. Yawm al-Taghabun is the day of a person, think he made it, but no, he didn't make it. May Allah protect us from that. So brothers and sisters, we have to always try to feed our souls with taqwa, with the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, day and night. So may Allah increase us and help us to feed our souls with taqwa and iman. We just finished, last week we celebrated the Eid al-Adha, and we realized the majority of us, we sacrifice something for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What I want to mention a little bit about it is we have to always realize that animal that Allah, put, make humble, and we can even hand it to slaughter it, to sacrifice for the sake of Allah. Allah is telling us also too, a lot of things we have, a lot of disease we have in our heart, we have to sacrifice that also. Anger, jealousy, envy, backbiting, try to kill it inside of yourself. This is what Allah wants from us. Shirk, bid'ah, try to stay away from it. It's sacrifice you have to do. Otherwise, if you just go and sacrifice and you go back to your deed, evil deed, is not what Allah wants from you. He wants taqwa. And taqwa is when you always care, you think Allah is, watching you, and you have to always be mindful to Him. Because when you fail in what is haram, He will hold you and you're not gonna, succeed. May Allah protect us from that. We have been always saying also that the children, our children, and us also, our parents, we have to always obey them. And this is not from the Imams, this is not from the Prophet ﷺ, from your Lord, the one who created you as a child. You have to always obey your parents, unless they are taking you to something that is bad, that is going against Allah, then you have to go away. Otherwise, you follow, you obey your parents. So we have always saying this all the time, even when we give classes to the children, we tell them. And what shocked me last time is like, one child asked me last time if the child also has some certain right upon the parents. And I realized that most of the time we don't talk about it. Sometimes we think it is the children who have to always, this. And today, since they are in vacation, we want to tell them and to let them know that Islam is always cares about the children, before even human rights and all the child, stuff. So as a parent, you have to realize that your child, your daughter, your son, they have rights upon you. And the right of the children upon you as a parent come even in the Quran before even that Allah asks them to obey you. Because how can a child obey you if they are not born yet? So before they born, they are right, all of them they are right. We have to realize that a lot of children today, they go, they are led astray because of what? Because of their parents, especially the fathers. The fathers, I'm sorry, because we grow up seeing when a sister, doesn't behave good, The father will just come. Talk to your daughter. Talk to your daughter. What about you? You are the man of the house. Sometimes if it happened that, on top of that, the sister went out and she got pregnant, you will see the father and, will put outside the house the mother and the daughter. This is not going to, solve this, the problem. At the beginning, you are the problem as a parent, as a father. The mothers also are the responsible also, but the father comes first. You are the one who built the house. It's like a business, and you are the head. So you have to find out how to build that house and that business. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling us that every child is born upon tawheed. They don't know anything. A child, when he's born, he doesn't know anything except that Allah created him, that is Lord, anything. He deserves to be worshipped. It's later on the father and the mother are the one who will turn them to Jewish or Christian or somebody who's worshipping idols. And Sadaqa Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So the moment we always realize that always Allah has commanded the children to obey us, to obey the parents. The same thing we have to realize that Allah asks us and wants us to save ourselves and our children from the hellfire. The hellfire that will be burned through human beings. And then stones. Around it, it is a very strong angels who are guarded, who are protecting them. Anyone who wants to go out, they push him back. May Allah protect us from that. So one of the rights, I will just mention the right of the child upon you as a parent. Before even the child born, he has a right upon you. One of his rights is like you choose a good mother for your future children. You choose a good husband, a good father for your future children as a sister. Today we don't care about that. Oh, you just see, she's beautiful. Oh, that's it. Oh, they try to catch you. No, you say no. I have to marry her. Then at the end, all the consequences you see. Oh, sister just saw a brother with a suit and tie. He has a good car, good job. That's it. They don't care about anything else. Hey, I want to marry until they want to marry. Later on, that's it. To see a person come to the masjid and pray, it doesn't make the person a better Muslim. When you see a person with a kufi, it doesn't make them a better person. It's a powerful. When you see a sister with a hijab, it's good, mashallah. But you have to look at the deen. Perfect. It is powerful deen, but it's not only that. The Prophet ﷺ already gave us medicine to protect ourselves. For the man, if a man comes to you as a father of a daughter, and you know about his deen and his good behavior, it's not only deen. He has good behavior, give him your daughter. The Prophet ﷺ not mention anything else. The deen and good behavior. For you as a man, you looking to get married, you have to always realize the Prophet ﷺ give you choices and he choose one for you. It's either you ignore and reject what the Prophet ﷺ select for you, and you will choose yourself, and then you will see what you have to see. A woman will be married for 4 reasons. All of us, when we marry a woman, it's for 4 reasons. The Prophet ﷺ said that. And he said what? One of them is what? You marry her because of what? Her money. Well, you see a woman, she's in business, she has a lot of money. You want to marry her? No problem. You can marry her, there's no problem. The second reason the Prophet ﷺ mentioned is what? You marry her because of her beauty. You see her shining up. Oh, no, I just want to marry her. You marry her. It's no problem. The third one, you marry her because from where she came from. Meaning that if she, her lineage, where she came from, her start. Oh, that's the daughter of a minister. Oh, this is the daughter of a king. There's no problem. You can marry her, there's no problem. And you marry her for her religion, for the way she submits herself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the way she knows about the deen. You marry her for that also. That's the fourth one. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you choose the one who has the deen, then you will prosper. You will live your life very easily in honor and in happiness. And today, everybody has to respond to himself, what kind of a woman I'm looking for. And everybody has an answer. And this is the right of the children upon us. We have to choose a good mother for them. If you choose a bad mother, you will see your children also will follow the same way. How many people we see, they got married to some woman, because since we always say that, oh, it is also good to marry a Christian, Jewish, and we don't even think these people they are Christian or they are not Christian. Sometimes we just go say, oh, and she's not even going to the church. You don't even know about it, but say she's Christian. We think everybody who is just not Muslim, they are Christian. They are no. And even on top of that, me personally, I have an experience. I was teaching a brother, the children of a brother back home, and he married a Christian who became Muslim after all. The lady became Muslim, and she was in the deen perfect. But wallahi, Allah made his decision that man passed away. Not less than 1 year, the lady went back to Christianity. It's always Jesus. And she has like 6 children on her bed. And she married a pastor. Now the children, you see them, you don't even realize if they are Muslims. This is the things Allah will ask at the door of Qiyamah. We have to be careful. So everybody has to really realize where you put yourself. And the children, Allah will ask us about them. Their deen, Allah will ask us. If Allah sees that you really try from the beginning, from before you get married, you really select and you try, you put the children after they're born in a nice place, to learn the deen and so on, you really try, Allah sees. If you do not try, also Allah sees. So may Allah protect us. Everybody has to judge himself. So the second one is like when they're born, also you have to always realize that you have to make dua for them since they were child. Before they got born, we are in that case category. Before a child born, it's for you to choose a good spouse, a good husband or good wife for your future children, a good father who will raise your child even when you are not there. A good mother who will raise your child if Allah it happened that you are not there. All the scholars, the majority of the scholars we see today, Ibn Taymiyyah, all of them, they are raised by their moms. Even our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So one of the rights of the children upon us as a parent is when you got married, it's no problem. You choose a religious woman, you choose a religious husband. Alhamdulillah, it's good. Congratulations. But before you get close to one another as a Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ already show you the way. You're not gonna get close to your family like that, your husband or your wife like that, unless before you have to make dua. The Prophet ﷺ said, if one of you at least before he approach his wife or his husband or her husband, they say the dua, Bismillah, Allahumma jannibni shaitan wa jannibi shaitan ma razaqtani. They will never, if Allah is happy that in that union, Allah make easy that something come out, a child, shaitan will never have a power on that child. Today, look at the children. We don't even care, we don't even know that dua. In the name of Allah, Ya Allah, I ask you to protect me from shaitan and protect what will come out of this, okay? Protect it from shaitan. And all of us, we don't even care about that. It's the right of the children, we have to realize that. If you don't do it, we violate their right. May Allah protect us. So one of them is also when they got born, also you make dua. Before they got born, you make dua that Allah give you a good offspring, good children. The same way Zakaria, we all know that when he saw the mother of Jesus, Isa alayhi salatu wassalam, worshipping Allah perfectly. He said, Allah grant me a very good offspring from yourself, and you are the one who understand the supplications. You make a dua. You always make a dua, not just Allah give me children. No, you will have a child who will kill you, and we already see it. You will have a child who will take you to the nursing home instead of taking care of you. So may Allah protect us from that. So one of the second part of the right of the children upon parents, inshallah we will go speak about it inshallah in the second part of the khutbah. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. We have to realize that today is the day of Jum'ah, and we have to increase our salat upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam until Maghrib. It is always good to do it. You do it one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do 10 for you. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam recommend us to do it. May Allah have mercy upon him and his family and the companions. And the second part of the right of the children is when they were born. Of course, you choose a good spouse, a good husband, a good wife for your future children, and you make a dua that Allah give you good children. And before you approach your wife or your husband, you make the dua, Alhamdulillah. And now Allah grants you a child. What is the right they have upon you? The first right is to always keep making dua. The moment they were born, make dua for them, to protect them. You make dua that Allah make them good children. Allah make my children good ones. And then you make also, you give them good name, and you slaughter, if it's a boy, two ram, and if it is a girl, one, according to the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are the most important ones. You give them good name. Today we just choose names, we don't even know the meaning. It doesn't have to be in Arabic. Even in your native language, if it is a good name, in sight of Allah, it's no problem. But the best name are also Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, in the name of the Prophet. The best name are Abdullah, Abdul Rahman. May Allah accept from us. So the second, one of the right of the children upon us as a parent is that we have to always be a mercy, show them mercy, be merciful towards them. The parents are not supposed to be always harsh. When your children see you, they run away. When they are playing inside the room, they just heard, open the door, it becomes like a grave. It's not right. Let the children, they enjoy playing with you. That's the right, they are right. The Prophet, Anas bin Malik, he said, he never see anyone who is that good to his family. And when he says his family, from his wife, his children, until his slaves. He never see anyone who is good at them than the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Anas bin Malik, we all know how he got to in the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated to Medina, everybody is bringing something gift to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The mother of Anas, he doesn't have anything. He said, Anas was like 10 years old that time. He brought him, he said, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's the only one I have. I give him to you so that he can serve you. Put water so that you, and so on. So he knows more about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he's like, he's serving the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent him one day, and he forgot when he went out with children. We all did it. He went out, he see like people playing, then he joined his friend playing. They were child. He spent time till like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What's Anas? Then he sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went out. He saw him, he was like, yeah, where is he? Oh, little Anas. Are you going to go where I send you? And Anas said, yeah, I'm going. He never even raised any voice upon them. Look at us today. The right of the children is not to always be harsh to them. Of course, we have to always give them good manners in the right way, but not screaming, cursing, insulting, and beating them up. It's not Islam. May Allah protect us from that. Aisha radiallahu anha, she also narrated, our mother, may Allah have mercy and be pleased with her. She said that some people from the village came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it's like they saw some Sahaba kissing their children, and they were like, oh, are you guys kissing your children? And they were like, yes, we kiss our children. And they were like, no, we don't kiss our children. The Prophet ﷺ said, you have to be careful. Maybe Allah take away, the mercy that everybody should have, okay, from your heart. So being like, harsh and thinking that, me, I don't care. It's not about Muslims. If you were acting like that, if I decided, nobody will stop me. Subhanallah. Who are you? Death will come, then that will stop you. May Allah protect us from that. You have your children, be soft. It's not screaming, insulting, even making bad dua to the children. Then later on, when they become bad, we are the one who are complaining, because we are the first one who will have who have to bear the consequences. May Allah protect us from that. So you always have to protect them, and in where it will give them honor. You don't let them go that will dishonor them until it dishonor you. The Prophet ﷺ, when I'm talking about letting the children sometimes playing and they don't know anything, the Prophet ﷺ was showing them mercy. The Prophet ﷺ was giving khutbah one day, and then he saw his grandchildren, Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein. They were dressed, they were so little, they were coming, radiallahu anhuma, may Allah be pleased with them. They were coming and they were, falling down. The Prophet ﷺ couldn't handle himself. He stopped giving lecture, and then he stepped down, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and grabbed them. And he said, Sadaqallah. Allah said the truth. Innama amwalukum wa awladukum fitnah. Your children and your wealth are a trial for you. I see these children walking, and I couldn't even handle myself. I had to stop talking to you guys and go and grab them. The same way when he's praying, they always turn him to a horse. When he makes sujood, the children do that. Anyone who has a child, that. They always look like it's a horse, so they will climb on his behind, on his back. So he will, slowly and kindly take them, down and put them aside. Then later on, when he go back again, they want to go back until he finish praying. Look at us today. I see even a brother who even slapped a child because the child was playing, trying to cross in front of him. We all know that, of course, you have to fight when somebody is gone. But these children, they don't know anything. So if you slap them and then they run away from the masjid, where do you want them to go? When they come, we're being soft to them. And we realize that they are welcome in the masjid. So may Allah make it easy for them. So one of their rights is also the most important one. Is what we have to always realize, give them good education. Their right, you give them good education. And when I say education, it's the education, especially the deen. That's the one Allah will ask at the door of Khair. Because the only thing that will save them and that will make them being obedient to you is when you give them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you give them good aqidah, today we don't even care. You only care about their school. It's nothing bad about it. But the first thing we have to do is what? Their Islamic education. And today, when we realize the children, they are free now. How many of them go to Quranic schools? What part of Quran your child is? You have to teach them. If you don't know anything, you hire someone to teach them. Don't care about how much you pay, it's nothing. When you do that also, do not just stop only because they go to the masjid. No, try to always realize if it is more important. Why? You read it at home also. Sitting down with them, let them repeat what they do. Teach them good manners. The teachers maybe in the masjid, there are so many children that you're not going to teach all of them everything. But the fathers and the mothers have to teach them manners. When you are doing something, let them carry this. Here we are the ones who are doing everything for the children. And which is not right. And when we want to say something, they say, oh, it's American children. No, America did not do anything. You are the one who made them like that. Sometimes we have to always blame ourselves. Allah will put some children, they are trying for us, there's no problem. But certain things, the majority of the time, 95% of the children who are led astray is because we neglect them. And the same way we neglect them, they will neglect us. But when you take care of them, you give them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is where they will learn that, oh, Allah recommended me, وَعَبُدُ اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُ بِهِ شَيْئًا وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Allah recommended me to worship Him, only Him, and He just connected to that. I had to be dutiful to my parents. I had to obey my parents. But we don't do that. Today, the school is corrupt. They're trying to put a lot of imagination in the head of our children. The only way we can save them is always to put Islam first. Because if the shaitan comes and it finds the heart empty, it will stay. But if shaitan comes and Allah is already there, it is hard for shaitan to take out Allah in the heart of your child. The first thing, food you have to put in the heart of your child, it is what? It is Allah. So we have to be careful. And today, we always believe in certain things and we want our children to obey us. If you believe that a picture that you hang in your house can save you, and the child, today, nowadays children, we know that they use what? Their mind. How can a picture save you? And you will go and face the preacher and make him dua. You're already out of Islam. If you believe that can save you, you are out of Islam. You will go to a grave of a so-called sheikh and you make him dua. And you think that it's something battle, something that's secret. Some people believe that we can pray in battle. A person we pray in here and they sit down, they say, you don't pray, so I'm praying in battle. Huh? Go fast, you don't fast, so no. You don't know. Me, I'm fasting in battle. Mean that they're fasting in secret. What? How? So may Allah protect us. If you are, having that kind of belief, how come your child will follow you? They're not going to follow that because it doesn't make sense. Islam makes sense. Tawheed, as-salima. When you have an aqidah that is salima, that is so pure, it makes sense. You see, when we have a problem with the AC, there are people who made it. We go to our step. This dunya, Allah is the one who created, and He showed us the way to be in peace in this dunya. So I'm not going to continue because it's all the time. We have to realize what I have to just say, that as parents we have a lot of things to do before we claim our children to be to be obedient to us. Allah will ask us about them before even He asks you about your parents. Allah will ask you about your children because He asked you about your father and your mother. There is one story that is not that they say it's not weak, but some scholars take it. One guy come, the last thing I will say. One guy come to Umar, Amir al-Mu'minin radiallahu anhu, and he was complaining about what? His son, who is harming him, taking away his right as a parent. He went, and then he called the son, said, how come you don't behave good towards your father? This, and the father asked, the child asked the question, same question I said that the last time the one child asked me. He said, do the children have right upon their parent? Umar ibn al-Khattab said, yes, of course. The children have. He said, okay, which are those right? Umar, he not even mentioned a lot. He said, one of them is to choose a good spouse, a good mother for you. The second thing is to give you good name. And the third one is to teach you the book, meaning Quran. 3 things, that's it. Only 3 things. So can you imagine in that 3 things, that child was like, oh, my father did not even do even one of these. Huh? If it come to my mother, he went and married a woman who is worshipping the fire. The woman who is worshipping a fire. That's my mother. And when it comes to my name, he gave me the name of an insect. They call it in French scarabée. Scarab or something like that. It's an insect that took the excrement and make it like a bull and push it from behind, something like that. We saw it when we were young in the village. So how come you give your child such an insect? And when it comes to Quran, even one letter, my father did not teach me anything. So everyone and each one of us, majority of us, we are parents, or we are uncles, or we are something. Did we do something for the children who are under our responsibility? We have to respond to that. So may Allah protect us and may Allah accept from us, and may Allah guide us and guide our children. We pray, inshallah, the school will be open again for the children. Saturday and Sunday will remain the same thing. Saturday we start at 11 in this masjid. If you live next to a masjid where they recite, take the child over there and try to also follow how do they read and ask. It's always good to realize that how far your child is. So may Allah protect us. Today sometimes some scholar teachers, they teach them in English way, and which is not the right way of teaching the child. Let them know, even if it takes them 1 year to know how to read in Arabic, it is much better than them reading always in English, which they know already. So may Allah protect us and give us the knowledge that will save us in this dunya and the hereafter. Tomorrow they will restart the classes, and it starts at 11 inshallah until 2. And Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday we trying to open also. They will start at 1:30 just after Dhuhr. and they will finish after Asr, inshallah. So anyone who wants to bring his child, okay, it is open, inshallah. You can come to the masjid and we will be handled, inshallah. May Allah make it for all of us. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، تب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها، أنت وليها ومولاها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث، أصلح لنا شأننا كله ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين والكفر والكافرين، ودمر أعداءك أعداء الدين، وانصر عبادك الموحدين في كل مكان. اللهم أحسن عاقبتنا في الأمور كلها وأجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما، فلا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، تب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.